So welcome. It's time for the Human Achievement Celebration. And I'm down at the JFK Park here in Morgantown. And it is Human Achievement Day for me, the day that we landed on the moon. So technically we didn't land there until tonight around 8:30, I think, somewhere around there. And then we return the following day. We apparently took off from the moon and started heading back to the Earth on the 21st. So anyway, it was definitely one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. And today, I want to now celebrate some other achievements by humans that are going on now, that I personally have done, and celebrate humanity. So right now, I hooked you up to a tree, so you can't always see me, I guess. But we've been doing some good things, and I've been doing some good things too. I have a hot dog. So from my childhood, there was a advertisement on TV and radio about Chevrolet, I guess. They were selling their cars. And the song said, baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. So I have an apple at home. I have a hot dog here. I have my Chevrolet here. And I saw a guy getting some refreshments and gas, and he was heading off to a baseball game. He was obviously taking his son to the baseball game because his son had a baseball outfit on. And I guess it's the destiny for today. So I did ask for relish, and they put it on the side, not on it. So I'm going to add my relish and enjoy my hot dog while I tell you the story of me being an influencer. So, I'm just one person. But one person is sometimes all it takes. It's a little messy. So I'm gonna have to pick this up and do it this way. Anyway, I don't know when I started being an influencer. I guess way back when I started voicing my opinions about God and things when I was living in Switzerland, because I already started to affect the people around me. Not my inner circle, but the outer circle. In the outer circle, I didn't like what I was saying, because the outer circle wants sheeps, and I was introducing the idea of not being a sheep, of not believing in God, of asking questions. In fact, if I go back even further, I was shocked at how much people didn't ask questions in Switzerland. But I did, being from the US. And slowly, things started changing. Now, Switzerland's not a big country, so, having an effect there is possible. But I think it's when I finally was able to get back to my artwork when my daughter was about 10 that I really made an impact. People were liking my message of being about peace and smiling. And using the smile as a weapon against hate. And I even started a Facebook page called I'm Flattered, because there was a time where people were really being mean to me and actively not inviting me to things simply because of my beliefs. And they were determined to make me a believer in Jesus and God. Basically, I was flattered because they were spending so much of their time concerned about my life and what I believe and making me become a believer. So I started this page called I'm Flattered. Now, I haven't been able to visit it for a while because it's attached to one of my other pages that I can't get into right now. But you can find it. And I started it in response to these people who insisted that I believe what they believe. And they tried everything to make me a sheep, and I wouldn't become a sheep. So now, fast forward to today. I made a lawsuit back in 22 because we have people who are doing illegal things in political office. They're not counting votes. They're not listening to the people. And they're manipulating votes to put certain people in office. So I discovered all the fraud, and I want to make sure I say what I want to say. So these are my many small steps as a woman, but I'm helping mankind do a giant leap. So I discovered all the different ways that they were manipulating the system. So for one thing, I first got back into the US in 21, and I tried to register to vote by the Department of Motor Vehicles. They had that option. And for whatever reason, I had to do that twice, because I guess I had to get a temporary license, and then once the temporary license was done, then I had to apply again with the permanent license. And I told them to register me, and they didn't. And I thought that was really weird. But anyways, I got a special license that had a star on it But I was told it wouldn't be used like that, the star, whatever it was for, until the following year. And then even then, it wasn't being used. Then I had to eventually manually register to vote, which I did at my old address in West Virginia. And then I was voting, supposedly. I decided to run for Congress, as some of you know, in 22. And that's when our Secretary of State came out and said that there was that there was fraud in the election system. And then when he announced that, and that we had 380,000 wrong names on the registered to vote list, I was thinking, why are we continuing with this registering to vote? It's clearly not working. But he didn't respond, and I guess the response by not responding meant that he agreed with it. And so I also contacted our governor, and basically nobody was getting back to me. So I was like, what is going on? Why are people not contacting me? And finally, after calling and some things, I got some responses, but not anything really permanent in like an email form or anything. And long story short, nothing happened. They were continuing with this election, and even though they knew that there was fraud in the system. So that for me meant that they were erasing the names that put them in office, and that they were going to continue to manipulate votes in the future. So I decided to sue my Secretary of State and the election division. I mean, really the election division, but he's in charge of it, or whoever's Secretary of State of every state is in charge of their elections. And I didn't know how to do it. So I did the best I could, and I put everything in that I discovered. There's also some sort of money being kicked back for those DMV registering to vote names, but it didn't work anyway. So I eventually had to register physically, and also what you have to do is you have to take your name off your old place too. And so the postcards don't really work, is what I discovered. You really have to walk in the door, because apparently they have a lot of wrong names, misspelled names, wrong addresses, all sorts of things are wrong with the system. So many mistakes, you can't believe it. And this is where the fraud is. And then they also have the computers that they use for the voting, tallying, and that's also where the fraud is, because there's software in there that does all sorts of things. So, how it eventually ended up is I started my lawsuit and I put everything in that I found was wrong. And then over the course of 2 years until the next election, more states were coming forward with it, and all sorts of information was coming out about the various issues that I pointed out in my lawsuit. And so although my lawsuit was voted down, and or I don't know, the verdict or whatever, I don't know what you call it, it was determined that it was sorry, I don't know the words, without without prejudice is what they declared it. That was the ruling. So that meant that without prejudice, I could refile. But I tried to sorry, the words are escaping me right now. When you appeal it, that's the word I want. I tried to appeal it to the Supreme Court, but I forgot to go through one of the steps, and it got rejected. So then I was busy doing things, and I decided that I would try again, but in a different way. So I decided to go to the Supreme Court specifically, because I also got the impression the way the lawsuit was being tossed around back and forth, that the state of West Virginia, the federal court, did not feel that they had the power to make a decision on this concept. And it revolves around the 14th Amendment and how the states are not allowed to do what they're doing by restricting U.S. citizen rights and liberties. So what ended up happening is I made a Rule 22 lawsuit, myself again, no lawyer involved, and I sent it to the Supreme Court. And it's one where you send it to a specific judge and they can make a ruling. Well, they didn't make a ruling, they sent it back. So then I sent it back, and it went back and forth, and now it's still with them. So I am waiting for them to make a judgment on it, and I hope to hear something soon. But for right now, it's still with them. And yeah. But as we've heard recently, there have been a certain amount of names taken off the voter list in like 24 states. There are still other states who are saying that they don't have any fake names on their list, which is a lie. And some of the bigger ones are saying that. I mean, back last year in 2024, Texas came forward and said they had over 1 million names that were wrong. So that's even more than West Virginia. But I wish truth is what today is about, and human achievement. So I am still working, I am achieving. It's not exactly the achievement I was hoping for or trying for. But it is an achievement. Things are changing, I think. And I'm not giving up. That's the main thing. That's the other part, is they want you to give up. So not giving up is the best recipe for this sort of thing. You have to keep trying until they change. Corruption has no place in our government, has no place in our local government, and if we all just look the other way, it's going to continue. So that is my achievement so far, and now I'm going to start with my concert as Maude and Art, and the wind is picking up, which is perfect. So here we go. Change into my art costume and get started. Here we go. Sorry, I gotta get this. So I'm going to turn on my other camera. Now, welcome. We are at the JFK Memorial Park, and today is Human Achievement Day. I am Maude and Art. This is my concert summoning for truth, or truth summoning. It is time that we be truthful. We don't need more lies and corruption. So I will put you here. We are celebrating the man on the moon. Today in 1969, last century, even last millennium, humans made it to the moon. And that is very exciting. So that's what we're celebrating. And we're also celebrating truth. Because truth is an important human concept that needs to be kept alive. We have enough lies. We don't need so many. Can you see my butterflies? My peace butterflies? They're trying to spread peace. And I've got the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence with me. And then I have my favorite phrase, but I think I'll save that for the last. So, let us begin with the concert. I'm going to take a little sip of water. Human Achievement Day. This. Sadly, they don't have the trees in line with the... I guess I'm going to have to come over here to you. Let me bring my poles so that we're closer. How does that sound? That's good. Want. He wants. She wants. They want. We want. I want truth. They want truth. She wants truth. We want truth. They don't want truth. They don't want honesty. They want lies. They want hate. They speak lies. I speak truth. They speak truth. He speaks truth. We need truth. We want truth. We need truth. Can they be truthful? They must be truthful. They must speak truthful. We need truth. Epstein, Trump, kings, queens, truth. Time for truth. Time to stop the lies. The people deserve answers. The people want truth. We need to know what's happening. Putin, Netanyahu, killings upon killings. Unacceptable. War is not acceptable. Destruction. Corruption. Lies. We must go forward, but only in truth. Tell the truth. Speak the truth. You're our representatives. You need to be truthful. We cannot go on this way. Living lies. We want to live in truth. We want respect. Lies are not respectful. You're our representatives. We pay your salaries. You owe us truth. You owe us respect. Shame on you. Democrats and Republicans, for stealing votes, for taking our money, for giving away our money without our permission. We don't want war. We want peace. Time to stop corruption. Time to stop the lies. Time to be truthful. Time for the people. Good morning. Time for the people. Time to be truthful. Time for truth. Time to end corruption. Time for peace. Time for truth. We don't want your lies. We want transparency. It's time. Okay. War leads to destruction. We don't want war. We don't want destruction. Do you want destruction? Do you want war? Do you want hate? I don't want hate. I don't think you want hate. I don't think you want war. I don't think you want destruction. It is time to stop. It is time to be truthful. It is time to be humane. We're people too. We're adults. We can know the truth. We can know what's going on. You can be truthful. You can be transparent. You can be yourself. It's time to be part of the people. That's what our Constitution says. It says we the people. We the people. We the people want truth, transparency. We want to live our lives in peace and love. We don't need your hate. We don't need your wars. We don't need your games. We don't need your rules. Democrats and Republicans, you've taken over our country. We don't want you. We don't want your country the way you've made it. We want to be free from you, from your control. It's time to go. You are so corrupt. You don't listen to your people. We've had enough. We've had enough. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Tell us the truth. Tell us what's in the Epstein files. Tell us what's in the FBI files. Tell us if we went to the moon. That's what I'm celebrating today. I hope this is a real celebration of human achievement. I don't like being lied to. And you have no right to lie to us. You have no right to steal our elections. You have no right to do what you're doing. It's time. Time to be truthful. It's not too late. Okay. So, here's another one. Time to stop the lies. Time to stop the killing. Time to stop the manipulation. Time to stop doing what you're doing. And time to separate church and state. We've had enough of Christianity controlling our government and the missions of our military. We are a peaceful nation. We were once a neutral nation, and you know it's true. Time to say goodbye to the Zionists. Nobody voted for Israel. It's not a state. We don't owe them. It's time to separate church and state. Your lies have caught up with you, Democrats and Republicans, and Zionists in both parties. You have made a mess of things, and we don't want your wars. We don't want your lies, and we don't want your destruction. It's time to go. Time to try something new. Something called truth. I know you can do it. You can be truthful. You can be extremely truthful. You can be transparent truthful. You can let us in on everything. It's time to be honest with the U.S. people. We pay your salaries, we deserve it. We don't need your war. We don't need your hate. We need you to be truthful, and then we can trust you. Without truth, there's no trust. Without truth, there's no trust. To be truthful is what you need to do. It is time. We deserve it. So, I think I will finish up with placing the flowers into the different receptacles here in the summoning design. And I don't know. I don't know if what I said will get to the people that need it. I don't know. But maybe I'm going to keep influencing, and maybe we'll get some truth. So, just to make sure I got everything in that I wanted, it's Human Achievement Day. This is a truth summoning. And we want transparency and truth so that we can trust. And I think we can do that. We can work together. So now I'm going to read that I found in Singing the Living Tradition book from the Unitarian Universalists. It's by a man named Edward Everett Hale, and it goes like this. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. Write that down. Thank you for joining me. This flower is for you. Truth will set you free. And that's what we're about. Freedom. Thank you. And have a nice day.